So my name is Harnek Bhogal. I studied Business Economics at Lancaster University between 2018 and 2022, and now I lead the commercial team at Auto Electro Limited. At Lancaster, so I came in as a boy and left as a man, really. That's how I would say it. So the university moulded me into a more well-rounded person. And I think in the role that I do, which is very customer-facing, very people-facing, you have to develop relationships with people. And I think the time spent at Lancaster really helped me do that. I looked at city universities, looked at University of London, but what swung it for me at Lancaster was the sort of environment, the campus scene, and just the people when it came to the open days, like speaking to the lecturers, speaking to other people that were there. It just had a really nice vibe to it, and a really nice atmosphere. And that's something that was very true when I was here for the 4 years. As part of the Business Economics degree, I had a placement year involved in that. When I was applying, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. There was a few, as an economics part, you have the finance aspect, but on a personal level, I'm very much a petrol head, big into motoring and automotive aspect. And so I was sort of weighing up the two. So I did a lot of applications for investment banks and big four consultancies, but then I also did a lot of automotive stuff on the other side. So when it came to the application stage, they were the two main routes that I went down. I just sort of thought, well, if I'm going to be working in this place, potentially after university as well, it's got to be something that I enjoy. And as much as I enjoy the economics and finance part, I didn't think that would stimulate me as much as doing something like the automotive trade. And so doing a placement at Nissan was really useful. I used the management school careers service to help tailor my CV and cover letter and prep for the interviews. I got to speak to a student a few years above me who'd done his placement the previous year, and that kind of advice was really helpful. And then when it came to actually doing the placement itself, I enjoyed what I did quite a lot. The work was difficult because it was in the pandemic, but the sort of actual work that I was doing was really good. And I don't think that I probably would have done the job that I'm doing now at Auto Electro without the experience I got on the placement year at Nissan. So my best Lancaster memory isn't just one memory. So the time that you spend with your friends and the people that you meet through societies and clubs, particularly for me, it was involved in starting Lancaster University Sikh Society, which we started in 2019. And over the course of 3 years, we were sort of able to grow that to a fairly considerable membership. And we won an award at the Society Awards. Sort of getting that off the ground was a very, very fun process. A lot of late nights, a lot of discussions, trying to get people on board. Some really great times during those 3 years, yeah. My advice to anybody thinking about studying economics at Lancaster would be go for it. Lancaster has a fantastic major-minor system in place where you don't have to just study economics. You've got a range of other modules that you can take if you're interested in anything like marketing or entrepreneurship, as I was. There's a fantastic range of modules that you can take over the course of 3 years here. So yeah, I would say definitely go for it.